a new location today. I am in a location I have never been before, and that is San Diego. It's crazy. And that is San Diego, California. I'm very happy to be here. I'm shooting this on my camcorder because my phone is charging. So if you see a switch up in between these two clips, then whatever. But I wanted to chat a bit about my time so far in San Diego. I was on a little mission yesterday. God was keeping me, baby. He was keeping me. Do these add to the fit? I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful for y'all. I talk a lot about my journey as a creator, as a creative. Lately, I've been really getting in my bag of talking about my travel and the experiences that I do. It's brought so many new people to my TikTok, number one, but just to my little corner of the internet, and I'm very grateful for that. And so, gratitude always. Secondly, let's talk about San Diego and Mexico a little bit. Yes, I went to Mexico. I knew immediately when I was coming to San Diego that because it was so close to the border for Tijuana that I was gonna go. It just was so much going on yesterday. Like, there was a snowstorm hit the East Coast. I'm like praying, like, am I gonna be able to leave? Am I gonna be able to get to my plane? Is my plane gonna be able to take off? Am I gonna be able to make it to Mexico? Like, what's gonna be what? I'm happy to report when I left around 9 in the morning, like, it just was raining. And so I got here around 1, and I really went to Mexico because I saw the girlies there. They were getting like all these treatments. I was like, ooh, like I should get my nails done. But by the time I crossed the border, I actually couldn't even find the nail place. Let's talk about crossing the border. So trolley was about a 13-minute walk from my hotel to the trolley. I'm doing something kind of This is my first time in San Diego, and once I learned how close it was to the border, I was like, okay, I have to go to Mexico. I have to go to Tijuana. Where do I even go? And then from the trolley to the border, the San Ysidro border, was about an hour. And it was like, okay. I don't even think I was listening to music or anything. I think I just was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Just praying to God again, y'all. This is one of those things, I'm like, don't be like me. I don't know that I would recommend this. All I can say is what I did. And baby, I lived to tell the story. Going back to the snowstorm was happening. I was like, this may impact my plans. And then the daggone cartel kingpin died. And the U.S. was involved in that. And they were going around in the resort towns like there was smoke billowing and just, it was chaotic. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what are the odds? All this is happening right here, right now. During Black History Month at that. I kind of was like Mimi. I was like, I'm still gonna go to Mexico though.
It's getting weird. But I still need to get this watch. Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
I'm still gonna get this watch. That's how I felt. But I'm still gonna go. Let's just see. I didn't know anything until I think I was already in Mexico. I got a taxi from the border to downtown. He charged me like $10. Somebody else had charged me $15. I was like, no. I only had $12 on me. I didn't get cash. This is an important part of the story of why I'm like, what do I be doing? I don't know. So I go, I got $12 in my pocket, a card that I don't even know if I can even take cash out in Mexico, which none of these things dawned on me until I was eating at a restaurant there. And I was like, oh, what if that doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? So I don't know. Didn't have no international plan. Had to put my phone on airplane mode. Girl, you know, I'm just vibing at this point. The trolley only cost $2.50 to go to the border. I actually got on the wrong trolley at first and I had to come back, get on the right one. So that put me back about 5-10 minutes. Got on at the wrong stop, so that was my bad. So I get there. Got bitches in Mexico. I don't know what to do or where to go. I just want to get my nails done. Get in the cab. The guy gives me a ride for $10. I tell him nail salon. He thinks I said Nelson. Apparently there's like this hotel Nelson or this club Nelson. I was like, what is this? I was like, nail salon. Then when he was dropping me off, he was saying like, yeah, you know, like it's kind of crazy right now. It's complicated, like, or complicado. It's complicated right now. Maybe not for you, but for us, like the cartel kingpin. And I was like, what? I didn't even fully understand honestly, because I was already there. And I also want to say, he did not explicitly tell me that the kingpin had passed away. He said it was complicated for them and it was a lot going on. Mind you, my phone is still on airplane mode. So I was like, and also we're trying to talk to each other, and I'm like using his Google Translate, even with the whole him dropping me off thing too. So there was a language barrier, and he did give me like a warning, honestly. So I'm walking around. I also like forgot my bag of glasses. Y'all know me, I'm a glasses girl. I love a pair of frames. And I forgot them. I passed a store that had these for 20 pesos. And another store had some for like 200 pesos. They were cute though. But these were only 20 a pop. And so I got 5 because you had to spend a minimum of 100 pesos to use my card. So that's like $5. So these are cute, right? Let me show y'all the other ones. Because I'm like, I want to go to the pool. And I'm in California. I'm gonna be in California with no shades. Okay? Now, not my typical look, but never say never. I mean, what? Okay? And so I'm in Mexico, get my $10 cab. He tells me that. I'm like, okay, great. I'm walking around and, you know, I passed a sunglass shop, but I was like, let me try to find a nail salon shop. I end up asking the lady at the eyeglass place, I'm like, hey, like, where are the nail salons? She was like, oh no, everything closes Sunday. I was like, damn, true. I was walking, and then I saw the Caesar's restaurant. And that's like a place where Caesar salad originated. And I saw that in my TikTok research, and I said, you know what? I'm finna go there. So I went, got me a bar seat. I kept asking them questions. And I was like, hey, you know, what's this, what's that, da-da-da. I was asking him like, how much would a taxi be? And he was saying it could be anywhere from like $30-something. And I was like, do they accept card? He was like, it depends. The other taxi guy said that too, and I was like, damn. And I was seeing how far it was from the restaurant. I was like, I may have to walk it. I may have to walk it because like I got $2 to my name. I don't know if they accept card, and I got to get back to that boda in order to take the hour-long trolley to the place and then walk another 13 minutes to my hotel. So I had already told my friends like, hey, somebody gonna have to call me, baby. Somebody gonna have to call me. We're gonna have to sit up on that phone. I'm on the train. And I'm just sitting there, you know, trying to be all mysterious, hot girl on the train. Somebody has a rock in their hand. I'm like looking at them, has like a rock in his hand, and he throws it at the glass on the side that I'm at. Why do that shit like split, crack, go in a million different directions? I was like, oh hell no. And I can't even say it was a racial attack because he just seemed like he just was doing shit. I'm like, why you pick my window? Immediately moved across the aisle. I was like, let me get on the other side of the mountain, child, so y'all don't come up. So, survive that. This is on the way to the border. So that's when I had texted my friends, like, yeah, somebody got to call me because it's just too much going on. It's too much going on. So, and I'm like messing with the camera settings. Don't mind if you see anything different. Anyway, I get to the restaurant. They have me talking to, I think like the only person there who like speaks English, which grateful. I'm not one of those people who I get to other countries and I'm like, you must speak my language. Like, baby, one guy did end up helping me like get on the Wi-Fi, and I'm quick to do a little Google Translate. But I was asking them questions and they would just be like, huh? And then got the other guy. He was so sweet. He seemed so young too. He was answering all my questions. I ended up ordering like the small Caesar salad. Baby, when you get there, don't ever order small. Get the big one. Get that big one. I I'm really not a Caesar salad girly in the way that a lot of people are, so I just didn't know what it was about to give. I was like, okay, well, it's where the Caesar salad was created. Let me just, you know, get a little something. You know, I didn't even get no protein, no nothing, just a salad, enchilada. And I really wasn't even sure what the exchange rate was. And again, I wasn't sure whether my cards would even work over there.
When I say I wasn't sure that my cards would work, I meant like, you know how with Navy Federal, you got to tell them that you're in Mexico, or they will stop all transactions. I am with another credit union, and I was like, I don't think, like, their app isn't even really up to date. Because at least with Navy Federal, you can, like, real quick, from this day to this day in the app, this is when I'm going to be out of town. I couldn't do that with my current bank. And so I was like, oh shit. But
so I was just like really doing stuff. And so I got the small Caesar salad, and he makes it in front of me with like anchovies, egg yolk. Oh my gosh, the garlic, just the olive oil. Oh. And I got a strawberry mojito. Baby, let me tell you, that and that drink, best $20 I ever spent. Total was like 21 something. And let me tell you, I'd do it again. I really want to go back to Mexico. I don't think I will, because I want to go thrifting in San Diego, and I want to like go to the pool and just explore San Diego. But oh my gosh, it was the best thing I have ever tasted, baby. I'm gonna put some videos on the screen. I'm gonna put them on the screen. It's just 10 out of motherfucking 10 out of 10. It's like, oh, the anchovies. Even when they had gave me bread, it wasn't your typical like olive oil, balsamic vinegar. It was anchovies, minced garlic, and it just was like, one thing I could really appreciate about, you know, Mexican culture is like, well, I was about to say some things be like vegan, but, and then actually, never mind. And then they put like the cheese on top of the salad, like, but anyway, back to the bread dish. It was so good, and I was like, what is this? He was telling me that they put like anchovy in it, and it gives it like that saltiness, and it was like olive. I think it's called like tempanada or something, which now that he mentioned that, maybe I do know what that is. If you are ever in San Diego, go to Tijuana and go to Caesars, okay? Leaving Caesars, I ended up seeing one of the nail salons that I saw doing my TikTok research, because it was right next to the spa that I wanted to go to. It's called Glow Nails and then Serenity Massage. But of course, by the time I went in there, it was 5, they closed at 6, they couldn't do me. I was like, you know what, say less. Walked my black ass back to that border. And this was the part where I was like, I really don't recommend, because if I had cash, I would have gotten a taxi. But there also is a part of me who I just really love a walk. And it's like, I think I kind of just challenge myself sometimes. 30 minutes, let's do it. Y'all, I took this 38-minute walk. I almost turned around. Because sometimes they'll tell you to walk places, but it'd be like, okay, you're walking on the highway. I'm like, I hope this isn't the case. Mind you, I'm in sandals, and I know I should have brought my shoes. I didn't, and I'm in a dress. So I'm walking. There's like this guy, like let's call him Abuelo, who's like walking behind me. I'm like looking, I see him, I feel okay, because we're like passing certain people. I think one thing I learned was that people walk to get around, like, and so the same way I was walking to get to the border, other people were walking that same way too. Maybe even getting in the car and driving there is a luxury. Message! Because there was definitely a lot of people like on my path. I almost turned around when we were going like up one little thing. You had to like go up the stairs, and it was like a lot of people. I don't know nobody's situation, so I'm not even gonna specify. It was a lot of people. It was very sus. And right at the bottom of the stairs, it was a huge puddle of water. And I was like, water, it could have been piss. I don't know what the fuck it was. I sidestepped, and I really did almost turn around. I didn't want to also draw attention to myself of not being from there. It just could have went so left yesterday, especially like being an American, and you know, I don't think we on a list right now when it comes to all of that. And so I was just like, I can't make it hot. And so I just really had to stay cool, calm, and collected. Walk my little ass up those stairs like I knew where I was going. Meanwhile, I had my phone in my hand looking at Google Maps. I downloaded Google Maps before I left. Yes, I did. Which I should have done before, but I did it at, shout out to the restaurants that have Wi-Fi. That was my first call of business when I got to Mexico, to get into some Wi-Fi and see what was going on. I really need to get T-Mobile and stop playing with these phone plans that don't include Mexico. But anywho, so I'm walking there. I'm trying to also like not even make it obvious that I'm like looking at my phone for directions. So I'm just like walking. I'm walking in the direction that other people are like commuting home. So that was also a blessing. Again, it was like 5 o'clock. And so, you know, I'm walking.
3 hours later.
I'm walking, and when I finally got to it, I was like, okay, hallelujah. You know, there was this long line. I did see on TikTok that they tell you to bring your global entry card, and then you can like bypass the line. And so that saved me probably like 4 hours. And I could have even skipped it more when I got in there, but they called it like Century, but I got in like the bus passenger line because it just was an easy line. I talked to the guy who was checking our stuff, and he was like, yeah, it's the same thing. You could have skipped this. I was like, okay, well. Got past that border, got on that bus. They did actually check my ticket for the trolley on the ride there. So I loaded some money on there, and the guy checked it, and we were chatting. Yeah, my friend called me, shout out to Alana, and she carried me home. By the time I got here, I came back and I asked them to like upgrade my room a little bit. So they did free of charge. Shout out to the Grand Manchester Hyatt. And that is my Mexico story. I was honestly wondering, I was like, dang, is it even worth it me coming to Mexico and I didn't get my nails done? But you know what? I got these glasses. I got 5 pairs of glasses for $5, and I got the best Caesar salad I have ever had in my life. And so that is my Mexico story. Would do it all again. I want to, but with everything going on, I definitely want to walk to the border again. And it was also kind of like late, and so I was just also praying like, son, don't be quick to set, so it was like light enough by the time I got to the border, and I can't believe that I did that. I haven't had a story like that for like a solo little adventure in a minute since I went to Cuba, and I was out in Cuba wilding. That was my first ever solo trip. We're gonna talk about that, but yeah, that is my Mexico story for the day. Thanks for listening. Shout out to everybody who helped me in Tijuana. Another reason why I love solo traveling, you are always going to have an angel beside you, an angel with you, the guy who spoke English at the Caesars restaurant, the taxi driver, 10 out of 10. My camcorder's about to die, but thanks for being here. Love y'all.